So now, as usual, I speak too much. Sometimes when I came off my retreat, I started greeting everybody I hadn't seen for a while. And some of the monks would look at me and said, Ajahn Brahm, we've got to eat before midday, and they're losing their chance to have any lunch. So anyhow, we've managed to, they sent me here for the weekend, so it means that they can have a proper lunch at Bodhinyana this weekend now. So anyhow, now is the time for some meditation. And one of the things which I encourage for meditation, please be light-hearted. It helps become quiet when you're happy. Otherwise, you have all these problems, you keep thinking about problems, and the negativity can build up. You never have the opportunity to be peaceful. But once the mind is happy, then peace, stillness comes. For those of you who think I just make these things up myself, it's one of my favorite Buddhist sayings, Sukhino Chittang Samadhiyati. The happy mind is easy to become still. That's from the Buddha. So this is powerful teaching. So please, if you can, create a happiness and peace in your mind at the beginning. And it's easy to become still. To create that happy mind, there's enough happiness in your life, but we tend to focus on the mistakes of life, the things which go wrong. There's enough happiness there. Just find some beautiful piece of happiness and enjoy it. And let it grow. Okay. So we have a few people coming in now. Sometimes it's really amazing. I'm going to stop speaking in a moment. That sometimes when I start the meditation class on a Friday, there's not many people here. By the time I open my eyes at the end of the meditation, the number multiplies. I always thought this must be some psychic power of multiplying your audience. It's not a psychic power, it's just that some people come in late, that's all. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet now, I promise. So please close your eyes as well, if you wish. Very good. And with your eyes closed, find a nice place to sit down. Cushions, chairs, we have many chairs here as well as cushions. Sit down, close your eyes, and see if you can get your body into a comfortable posture. In Buddhism, we do practice the middle way. No extremes. Not of indulgence and not of harshness. So find a nice comfortable posture, close your eyes and relax. If you find it difficult to relax, check your posture again. How are you sitting? And after a while you find you can relax so easily. So now I'm going to teach you how to relax that body first of all. When your eyes are closed, you kind of get almost relaxed. We're going to be more refined. Right now, ask your toes how they feel. I'm serious about this. If you can't experience or feel your toes, wiggle one until you can feel its existence. And once you can feel its existence, then how does it feel? Can you relax it a bit more? Sometimes before we become aware of parts of our body, we assume they're comfortable. And later on in the half-hour meditation, it starts to itch or ache. It's not comfortable. You never checked when you started. So I'm checking my toes now. One is a bit squashed, so I just moved my leg slightly. And once you can experience the sensations, the feelings in your own toes, then you relax it. You relax them a lot. And you can feel the toes relaxing. If you're doing this for the first time, you may notice that you've never felt the toes so relaxed before. Often you haven't even felt them at all. When they become loose and easy, they feel happy toes. If you're a dancer, you have to learn this technique. And then from my toes, I go to the soles of my feet. How do they feel? I have mindfulness, awareness, and kindness to the soles of my feet. And you can relax them. If you have an ache or a pain, that learning how to relax these parts of your body actually helps healing. Then the heels of my feet, I experience them relaxing, resting, expanding even. Up to the uppers of my feet. And then the ankles. Sometimes you may trip and sprain an ankle. You know, it's not that hard to fix. When you start learning how to relax your bodily parts, and you can feel the relaxing happening, you know this is very healthy. And these are just your feet. This is kind of where we start. We move on from there, deeper. So then you, from the ankles, you go to your lower legs. It's not just the muscles, bones, the skin. Experience whatever you can pick up there. And as you are experiencing your lower legs, you ask those legs, how are you? How do you feel? Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable? You're not assuming anything now. You're asking. If you're sitting on a chair and you need to move your legs outwards, or more further apart, or tuck them closer in under the chair, experiment, find out what works for you. You're sitting on a chair, find out what cushions and where you can find a nice type of comfort. If you arrived early and managed to find a place against the wall, then don't just lean against the wall, lean forward as well, find out what's the best for you. And then from my lower legs, I go to my knees. I'm an old monk now, but my knees are in such good shape, which is kind of amazing. I've fallen off cliffs, I've fallen off motorbikes, but everything's healed up so well. And as I'm aware of my knees, I can relax them. I just focus on one part of the body and relax it deeply. Thighs, big muscles there, but usually no aches or pains. But the butt, when you sit down on a chair or on a cushion, there's always some feeling in the butt. You can't just get rid of it, but you make the best of it. Try and get that feeling to be balanced. And then after a while, because it doesn't change, it doesn't get better or worse, because it's stable, it disappears. And after a while you can't feel your legs or your butt. You get to your waist. How does your waist feel? Can the feelings in that part of your body be improved? Sometimes you get the best possible position and then you leave it alone. And then, because I injured my back many years ago, that I like being aware of my back, making sure it's in a good position. And I find the most positive position for my back, and then I leave it. It always keeps me comfortable for hours. And I go up my body. This is interesting. This is one of the techniques I teach to cancer people. As you go up your body, inside, imagine going up your body and see what you can experience and feel inside. Up your colon and intestines, to your tummy. This evening, or that the whole rains retreat, which just finished, my stomach has been so well. If there is ever a food poisoning or indigestion, sometimes as an old monk it's easy to deal with it. You focus on that part of your body and relax it to the max. You can actually do that, which means that the body heals itself really quickly. And I feel the next, not just the stomach, but the lungs and the heart, relaxing it. This is your bodily parts. Of course you can influence them for the better. From the heart, then you go up, I go up to my shoulders, which can always be tense. I learn how to relax my shoulders at the beginning of this meditation. I'm aware and I'm kind. Those are the two tools which I use. And aware of the shoulders, and often I do this little easy technique of scrunching up the shoulders, pulling them together, overly so, and then letting go. Every time I do that, my shoulders relax deeper than when I started. It feels nice. And then I allow the awareness to go down my arms, past my elbows, hands, wrists, and fingers. As I go, I relax as much as I can on the way. If there is any injury somewhere or infection somewhere, I stop there and just be with it. Not just be with it, but give it lots of kindness as I'm there. And because of that, things relax so deeply. And the body or the hands feel fine. Go back up to the shoulders. And then I start to become aware as I'm going up to my head. I had an itchy nose. I scratched it. I hope you all had your eyes closed. Maybe you can see it on the video afterwards. But I relax my head, especially the experiences, the feelings, sensations around the eyes, the nose and the mouth. With that, all of my senses are relaxed to the max. If I find anything which is irritating me, I will relax it further. And then what I'm aware of, my focus of my meditation, is my body. I've cared for it part by part until it feels just so at ease, sitting on this cushion in front of a microphone here in this hall. So I now go to the deeper stage of meditation. Having relaxed my body, now relax my mind. Peace. What is peace? What does it feel like? Not more concepts or ideas, but the feeling, the sensation of peace. And once you can contact it, know it, then make that the object of your meditation. What are you aware of? Peace. The more you are aware of peace, the more it grows, deepens, gets more stable. And as peace gets deeper, it becomes stillness. It doesn't need to move. What does that feel like? Your mind being still. Notice how pleasant that feels, because that's one of the best ways of overcoming the restlessness in the mind, all the thoughts and ideas. The mind is peaceful and still. And it also means it doesn't go off into the next moment or the last moment. You're abandoning this concept of time. Sometimes, in those early days when I meditated, I used to ask, when's I'm going to get any progress? The problem was asking when. Now is the only time you have. How do you feel right now? Is it peaceful? Is it still? It's like nothing is happening. Beautiful. If you stay in that peace and silence long enough, it gets very beautiful, really joyful. To allow that to happen, I'm now going to be quiet. I'll ring the gong in 5 or 10 minutes when the meditation's over. So how are you feeling now? What you are aware of inside? How peaceful is it? With practice, the ability to feel peace anywhere at any time becomes a reality for you and a great refuge in the noisy parts of life. You can sit and be still. Be calm. It's a beautiful thing which you can give for others. You're calm. In a minute, I will ring the gong to end the meditation. Please let the sound of the gong take you out from the meditation. Thank you. Great. Just please relax your body. Stretch a leg if you need to.